claustrophobic, this might be a little scary for you, but you look in this water, you can see it's really growing. That little paw track right there is probably a jackal's. Through here, how it is tight.
One of the most amazing views of the Dead Sea you will ever see. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are out in the desert going on today's adventure. As you can see, it is remarkably scenic. It looks like something out of a movie set. It is absolutely gorgeous. So stick around for today's adventure. It's going to be awesome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Take a good look around, because right now you are at a true oasis in the desert. I don't recommend drinking the water. It's called Einot Tsukim. As you can see, well, it's really nice. Little pools, don't drink the water. All right, and as we look up and up and up and up, you should start to see some mountains, and of course, off in the distance is the Dead Sea. Now, it's a really, really interesting place because you got a lot of really, really weird brackish water, and you have what is really a microclimate. So let's go explore. Stick around. So as you can see, this is a lot easier than a previous hike I did, and well, that's because I did squats at the gym yesterday. So my thought process is, let's go for something pretty. But it is really quite amazing, all right? You're going to see things like papyrus, all sorts of vegetation that you might not be used to. And if you're wondering, if you go further, there is a full-fledged nature preserve, which I'm not allowed to go into. You can't go in there without an actual guide, which may be for, you know, good reason, like not disturbing the animals, not disturbing nature in general. But, you know, you just kind of take it all in and really enjoy it. It's really cool. And it really, it really engulfs you. It's really quite amazing. So, we're going to try and make some progress here. Stick around and enjoy. So, check this out. Huge, huge shoots. This is freaking amazing. And you know what? This place is wild, man. I can smell something here. You can smell animals marking stuff. And yes, there are things like jackals and I think striped hyenas here. But they only come out at night. And as far as I know, they're not really dangerous to adult human beings. And I'm kind of big anyway, so nothing to worry about on my end, but by God, somebody is saying to all of the other animals, hey, this is my area. You go away except for the scary fat guy. You can just kind of walk and do what you want to do. Let's keep going. All right, so if you're claustrophobic, this might be a little scary for you, but this really is a trail. It is a little bit wet because it did rain a lot yesterday, and one of the reasons that I actually chose to come here, or to come here rather, is because a lot of other places that I had thought about coming would likely have faced some things like flash floods and other things like that. So instead, I opted for the more claustrophobic path, but it's still really freaking cool, dude. All right, as you can see, it's marked by logs. We're clear cut. It's still real trail. You're really not that far off from society, but it really is beautiful and it really is quite amazing. And being at nature's mercy puts in perspective being human. It really does. It's quite incredible. Like, there's really not a whole lot to worry about here. But, you know, you still feel just a little more vulnerable than somewhere where you can't control the temperature of the air conditioning. All right, so let's keep roaming because I heard there's a pretty cool pool to go look at. I'm not going to go swimming, and I don't think any of you wanted to see me swim. So let's keep rolling. So I'm actually kind of ducking down a little. I'm standing 6'2", and to keep going through here, I got to go through there. Let's see if I can actually do it. Wow, we are going in real deep. Now, a long time ago, I did go to some other places where you really have to duck through, but wow, does that take the cake. I really haven't had to bend quite like that for a long time. And again, you know, on a physiological, like a cardio level, I wouldn't describe this as being particularly strenuous. It's flat. Ooh, look, open air. Oh, I feel like I can breathe again. How about that? Amazing place, by the way. But, you know, not everything about going outside, not everything about nature has to be about just going hard on that level. Don't worry, I got plenty of that going on too. Don't worry, but believe you me, plenty of that in store, all right? You can watch my big behind sweat and run out of breath all you want in upcoming videos. But for today, we're going and getting a little more of a leisurely look at the water, at the trees, at everything else. Let's keep rolling. All right, so behind me, you can see one of the famous pools around here. And as you look into it, you're going to see it's a little bit green. All right, I would not recommend drinking this. I would not recommend swimming in this. I mean, people do, and little kids run in there and stuff, but, you know, it's still nice. Now, if you look in this water, you can see it's really growing. A lot of grass, some unique fish that you don't find too many places. I don't see any. But a really cool little microclimate. Absolutely incredible. So, as you hear the stream beside me that's going down towards the Dead Sea, what you're actually seeing on the other side, if you can see all the way to the cliffs over there, is Jordan. Didn't think you were coming to an international border today, but you were. All things aside, it's a really, really beautiful, absolutely scenic, amazing place. Definitely a spot that you want to go to. Definitely a great spot to spend the day. Now, one of the interesting things about the mud is that it's kind of revealing. All right? If you look at that little tiny track next to it, you can see what's clearly a human boot, but that little paw track right there is probably a jackal's. All right, so we know we've been heading on some game trails, and you know what? If we really want to, we could follow it. I'm not going to because, well, they're asleep, and I don't want to be a schmuck and wake them up. So we're just going to kind of keep rolling along this trail and see where it takes us. So check out just how high these reeds are. For perspective, I'm 6'2", so I don't know. These things are like double my height. 10, 12 feet, something like that. Something ridiculous. But truly amazing to look at. Okay, so check it out. Right here, it's polite enough to tell you all of the mammals that can be found here. And I may have lied when I said there's nothing dangerous, because there are the occasional leopards, and there is the Judean wolf, but you also have some really cool stuff like caracals and mongooses, and even crested porcupines, and of course you got the northern jackal and the striped hyena. All right, and we are actually literally right up on the fence. All those guys are kind of hanging out through there. Now, of course, your chances of ever coming across or seeing one of these, slim to none. But they are around. So, of course, right after seeing a sign that says, by the way, there are leopards, what am I going to do? I'm just going to go through like a narrow, dark path. You know, no big deal. So I said I was going to take you guys with me, and let's just kind of observe going through here how it is tight. It is tight. My backpack is getting stuck. Oh. But we're okay. We're okay. Thank God I was on the other side of that film shot, huh? That would have been embarrassing. So, check it out, take in the feeling, because it's freaking amazing. So, little pro tip here. Always check the way that you're going as you come in, because as you can see as I'm trekking out of here, there are two different ways I could go. Fortunately, I was diligent and checked, and I know that I go that way. Well, as we wrap up for today, I want to share a few parting thoughts. Number one, not everything outdoors has to kill you. Although as I sit here covered in reeds and dirt and all sorts of other stuff on what was otherwise a fairly easy hike, that might not be true. All right, but like any true outdoorsman, which you can see by my Bass Pro Shop hat, because if you're an outdoors person, you have to have that, or you're not for real. Just kidding. You know what? Sometimes it's everything else that'll get you. All right, you want to be fit? Go run on a treadmill. But you want to have what Mother Nature can throw at you and test everything else about you? You head outdoors. Because you know what? There are no leopards in the gym. Only outside. Take it easy and be sure to subscribe, like. If you have any comments, they're very welcome. And we'll see you next time.
As a slick little bonus, I decided today that I would take you to just one of the most amazing views of the Dead Sea you will ever see. It involves going up what is a freakishly scary road. But you know what? If you stuck around for it and you got through the full video, I just wanted to give you guys a moment to appreciate this whole thing, because you know what? Most people never get to see this. All right, so just take a minute, take it in. So, from what looks like the moon, but is really probably one of the most interesting geological points on the planet Earth, stay healthy, stay having fun, stay outside, and let's hope I can get down this thing without hurting myself. Take it easy.